My 10 top tips for managing stress are, firstly, you need to understand what the problem is, because obviously if you can identify the problem, if you can take steps, adjust it, your stress hopefully will dissipate. Control is very important, so try and prioritise, do the important stuff, leave the unimportant, don't worry about things that you can't control. If you can find a way of pausing, giving yourself a little bit of space, that's very helpful. And people can do that in different ways, perhaps going out, walking around the block for 5 minutes, moving to a different room, just trying to sort of switch off that pressure for a period. There are a variety of relaxation techniques that you can try. And one of the important things is when you're stressed, you tend to breathe quite quickly and in quite a shallow fashion. So if you can counter that by slow, deep breaths, and there's also things like yoga which can be very helpful. And I know people can be quite self-conscious about this sort of thing, but I would strongly suggest you give it a try. Exercise is a very good way of relieving stress, and even moderate levels of exercise can make a big difference and make people feel far less stressed and more comfortable. Sleep is one of the things that very often gets affected in stress, and it's important to know how to manage your sleep successfully. Regular routine is important, making sure that you reserve the bedroom for sleeping, so don't take your iPad to bed and answer 66 work emails. If you're lying there, worrying thoughts going through your mind and you can't sleep, don't get yourself really worked up about it. Stay calm. After 20 minutes or so, get up, do something fairly quiet, read a book, and when you feel tired, repeat the process and try and fall asleep again. What's important when you are stressed is to maintain a sensible work-life balance and keep enough time for hobbies and other interests, because these will give you pleasure and protect you from some of the stressful effects of other parts of your life. And I know it's slightly obvious, but it is helpful to eat a balanced, healthy diet, make sure you're drinking enough fluid, because that will maximise your physical health and make you more resilient to stress. One of the most important things you can do is cut down on any unhealthy behaviour. So this could include drinking alcohol to excess, smoking, unwise sexual behaviour. And it's not because of taking a particularly moral stance, it's because these behaviours can cause significant exacerbation of the stress and actually make the whole situation worse. And finally, if you followed through the steps I've suggested, recognise the signs, try to deal with the underlying problem, take steps to mitigate or manage your stress, and despite all of that, you continue with feeling stressed, then I think it's time to do something else. And I think you need to go and seek professional advice, perhaps a mental health line or your GP, and get professional help and get it sorted.